are going to talk about the entrepreneurial mindset. So, why there is a need of this topic, and why we think about the mindset of the entrepreneurs, and we will discuss that what are the entrepreneurial mindset and what are the entrepreneurs and how these entrepreneurs can make their mind to do any kind of a business. As you know that after completing your graduation, first of all we need to seek the jobs. Okay, first of all we rush towards the job seeking job that we want to do any kind of a job. So it's not possible for everyone to get their desired or the job they wanted to do. So what will be the outcome of this? What you will gonna do if you will not find any relevant job according to your field? You cannot sit silently and wait for the miracles. You have to do something for yourself, for your survival. Okay, so you have to think about that. You have to make your mind that what is the next step now. Okay, so the next step could be you have to start your own business. Then what kind of a business you have to start? You have to think about it, and how you have to manage your expenses, you have to think about it. If you are going to do any kind of a business, so you are also contributing in the economic field. How? Because you are going to generate money, and in from that generated money, you are going to start new opportunities for other people, because in business you can create job. You will not wait for the job. So in this way you are contributing in the economic development. Can you please turn on the next slide? Yes. When we are talking about the development of the economics, so I can say that the entrepreneurship is a part of economics. Now, why we are talking about economics? Because economics is included in every field, or we can say that in every field we have economics, because there is the exchange of money, buying, selling, producing goods and services. So you can say that the economics is the mother of other fields. Okay, so we must understand, before understanding the entrepreneurship, we must understand that what economics is and why there is a need of economics in every field. Okay, so the economics is the study of society, manages its resources. Okay, means when we are talking about different kind of goods and services, so it is the responsibility of any kind of economist, who is the person who can manage all kind of resources. What kind of resources? It can be your goods and services which on which you are doing business. And economics is the study of how human beings coordinate their wants and desires, given the decision making mechanisms, social customs, and political realities on the society. As I have already told that it is the person, the economist, who can manage the things, but how they can manage the things along with the managing and coordinating the human beings, of course, and how they coordinate with their wants and desires. Because as I have already said, whatever you want to do, you want to achieve in your life, it's not mandatory that you can achieve through getting the job. You can create the job for others, and you can manage the expenses by creating the business for yourself. And you can be the decision maker. You don't need to obey the directions of any other person. So you will be the owner of your own ideas, the owner of everything, the business, the money, everything. So the person or the economics who are managing such kind of a things very smoothly is known as economics, and how you will deal with all the things. Please, next slide. So yes, in our economics, we have a good discussion about the factors of the production, or we can say that it's a very important topic in the field of economics. Means the resources, the goods and services which we produce. These are the factors of production and how we can produce. Okay, so the resources available to it for the production of goods and services. Now there are two things. One is the manufacturing and second is the merchandising. We will not go about the merchandising. We are talking about the factors of production. So I will proceed with the manufacturing side. The next, please. Okay, now I would like to tell you that what are the factors of productions. These are the land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurship, as you can see, is linking with the economics, and we are coming towards our topic. So first of all, what is these? What is land? What is labor? What is capital? And how the entrepreneurship or entrepreneur can manage these things? As you know that in manufacturing we have three things: the input, work in process, and finished goods. And what are these? Okay, I would like to tell you that as an entrepreneur, if you want to produce anything, you need a raw material, of course. You will not get the product ready-made. If you want to get ready-made product, it will be known as merchandising. But we are talking about the manufacturing. That means we have to produce by ourselves. As an entrepreneur, we are doing business, and these can be goods and services. But again, we want to talk about the goods, and in input we have to see that what kind of a raw materials we have. Okay, in raw materials you need money, you need labor, the person is who will make the products which you are going to produce. Okay, the land, the space you need. Okay, so these are the inputs which you need to produce any kind of a goods and services. Okay, and what is work in process? When these things combinedly are in process, you can say that we are going to produce something and it's in process. That means work in process, means the work is again in the process to be finished in the shape of products. And who is the entrepreneurship and what is the entrepreneurship? So entrepreneurs are the person who can coordinate with all the laborers, who can manage the resources, minimum resources you can set very efficiently and effectively with the creative and innovative ideas. Means he is the person who know how to do and where to do and how we can complete the product. So it is the responsibility of the this person is to manage all the things. Means, so these are the four pillars you can say that for the production of anything. Yes, in the next slide. So there is also a description of all these four things. As you can see that the land, it's a natural resources, are the resources of nature that can be used for the production of goods and services, which I have already discussed. Okay. And the labor is the human effort that can be applied to the production of goods and services, people who are considered part of the labor available to the economy. This is also a person. Without it we cannot produce any kind of a things, goods and services. Means these are the, you can say that in the fourth category in the management, because we have the three prestigious categories like the first line managers, second and third. These are above the third, sorry, below the third. Okay, and the capital is the factor of production that has been produced for use in the production of other goods and services, office buildings, machinery and tools, and are the examples of capital. Means you need all these things to produce any kind of a thing. Without that you cannot proceed with the other things, because each and everything is has own important value, and without them we cannot proceed. And now coming towards the entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the drive to develop an idea into a business, because he is the person who has the idea. He can be an owner, he can be an employee, he can be any person if they have developing and innovating ideas to do any kind of a business. So the entrepreneurs combines the other three factors of production to aid to supply. Means he is the person who can manage and coordinate with all the internal plus external people to do any kind of a business. Yes, please. Okay. So we are at the topic on today's topic, from economics towards the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs. Who are the entrepreneurs? As you can see on the slides, that who want to be their own boss, they wanted to pursue their own ideas and realize financial or other rewards, because these are the person who don't want to be in the regulation of other people. They wanted to be their own boss. Means they want to only accept the rules and regulations imposed by them by themselves. Okay, they don't want to listen or guided by other people. Yes, time to time they can talk about, share about the things with others, but they will be the decision maker of their own fate. So they can pursue their own ideas, because they may have a different kind of ideas which they think that are the good to start any kind of a business. Okay, so of course they are the independent, and they are doing their own business and they are their own bosses, so they will realize their financial rewards. Of course, they will realize the financial burden as well, because these are the individuals and the independent persons, but they have the capability and capacity to manage all the things. Yes. So in this slide, we will come to know that a different kind of a myths among the entrepreneurs means they are famous about such kind of a things that they are born not mad. As you know that different people are born like the leaders. They don't need to be guided or studied. If we talk about any kind of a normal person, they need to get educated, they need to get a degree. For example, if I can take example of your electrical department, you need to get admission in this department and you have to complete your 4 years program, then you will be able or say that I have qualification of BE, means electrical department. But can you say that you are capable and expert of your electrical department after getting the education? And if a person who has an interest and that person don't have any kind of a degree or the capability to get education, he might be good enough than you, then what will be the difference? In this way, we can say that it's not mandatory that the education is necessary for the great ideas. Yes, it is important, but if we talk about ideas to do business in normal field or in a normal life system, you can see that different people who are doing business, they don't have degrees. Okay, but I'm not discouraging that you don't need to get admission in a different kind of education system and don't need to get degrees, but I'm just telling you what the myths are. So both things are very important. The education is also very important, and the person who are born to be a leader is something else. It's god gifted thing. Okay, and the second thing, it is very famous to about the entrepreneurs that they are the gamblers. The gamblers are the person who involved in such kind of illegal things or in a gambling field. But why they are famous as a gambler means they are the game changers. They are not the gamblers, means they are not doing any kind of things. So they can change the games because they can understand the situation. They can know what the situation is and how we have to cope up with the things. Then they become the game changer. Okay, so they are motivated primarily by money. It is very famous for the entrepreneurs that they start any kind of a business or they want to business for the sake of money. Of course, the first motivation for any kind of a job and business is money. Everybody needs. So it's not that we don't need money. We just want to do business. It's of course the necessity of every person, but it is not only the motivation to get money. It is your self esteem, self power you want to do in business. So that is the common strengths of the entrepreneurs. They should be young and energetic. It's also a new myth that only the energetic or young persons can do business. No, the experienced person, the old person, the children, anybody can do business. As you can see in our market, there are so many persons, the person who are in agriculture, the person who is doing little shop as a retailer, as a person who is doing a big organization or a business. So everybody can be an entrepreneur. It's not mandatory that he can be young or old. If you have an innovative idea, you have something money, or you can have strength and ability to manage little resources to get maximum output, so those can be the entrepreneurs. And the person, they love the spotlight. Of course, everybody wants a spotlight, but it is not only the motivation as the motivation of money, as I have already told. That the person, of course, wanted to be in a spotlight, but that is not a motivation or simple or single motivation for entrepreneurs to start any kind of a business. So these are different kind of a myths about the entrepreneurs, that they want business because of these things. Yes, please, next. When we talk about the myths, now we are talking about the strengths of the entrepreneurs on basis how they can cope up with the different problems and how they can manage their resources. So first of all, the risk. As you know that it is common saying that the person who can take maximum risk can get the maximum return. So it is not suitable for every person or a person who can deal with such thing at every time or situation. It depends. Okay, but the entrepreneur must have to think about how we can risk, how can manage the high kind of a risk in different kind of a situation, and how you can mitigate the risk rather than seeking it, because it is also the strength of the person that how you will avoid the risk taking of every time is not a good idea, but sometimes you have to. So there are different kind of a people. There are three kind of a people. One is always seeking about the risks because it's in their mind that we will take the risk, there will be the chances of great return. Okay, and the second person who manage the risk, who mitigate the risk, who don't want to get maximum risk, that in the hope of getting the maximum return. And the third person is simply avoid the risk. So these are the three strengths of the entrepreneurs, and different entrepreneurs can take and make decision making according to the risk and situation. And the second is the knowledge. The knowledge they strives to acquire in-depth information about the industry. Of course, if you want to do business, it will not be in the idea in the ear. You have to be very static. You have to be having a great knowledge, in-depth knowledge, information about that business and that field. Basically, you have a pre-planned idea and the business plan for any kind of a business. You cannot think about only in one day that you want to do this kind of a business and you will start. You have to be pre-planned, and you have to be having a great information and knowledge about that particular industry, sector, or any kind of a business. So the third is the independence. Of course, when you are independent, you can be the boss of your own failures and success, and you can the person who can manage by yourself. So the person can manage every aspect of his her organization is the independency. They are not dependent. If you are dependent, just like a person who are doing job, he will be the dependent of the delegation of the authorities. If they have a creative idea but they cannot make it happen, because of course they have to wait about the green signal from the authority, otherwise they cannot do anything. But if you are a boss and you have your own organization and a business, you can do whatever you want to, and you can manage at every aspect of your own organization. If you are independent, of course you will be the confident. Of course you can say that I have these ideas and I know how to do these ideas in reality. So you will become confident person who can believe in yourself and the ability, who can think that these idea can work in reality and will be succeeded. Now there will be the determination. Of course, if you are independent, you have a knowledge, you can risk take and manage the risk. You are pretty much confident, then the determination is very strong, and you will be the athletic and undertaken by the failure. Means you will not fear. You will not having a fear of the failure. You can manage the thing. You can think that you can manage the different kind of a situation and the failure as well. Now, the relationship, of course, entrepreneur must have a good relationship with the other fields, other departments, other people, because it is not, when we are talking about the independence, it doesn't mean that is the person who can manage all the things. Of course, they have to be good in relation with the other stakeholders, means your employees, your management, your external suppliers, your market, government. Each and everything is very important for any kind of a business. So the entrepreneur must have good relations with everybody so they can get the mutual benefits from the business. Now, if all the things are going good and you can manage everything, there will be the chances of the profitability. I can say not chances, but there will be the profitability. So they can set clear goals, measure progress, good judges of opportunities. If they are very much clear about their pre-planning and the business idea, then they can get the maximum profit because they have a clear vision, mission, objectives through which they can get their desired wants and goals. Yes, please. Yes, please. Next slide. Yes, now we are at the entrepreneurial mindset. I think you must have a pretty much idea that how we can have a entrepreneurial mindset. So, what is the mindset? Actually, it is the perspective and perception of any person who can make their mind, or who the behavior, the personality, which shows that the approach, thinking approach, and personal approach, perception approach of any kind of a person. Of course, it's your mentality, your talk, your sharing of ideas can set your thinking approach, thinking process can say that what the person you are. Actually, it shows your personality, that what kind of a person you are. So it is a set of thinking process that triggers individuals to act or behave entrepreneurially. Sometimes it's called entrepreneurial talent or mentality. Of course, as I have said, that it is your personality, your ideas, your behavior, your perception about anything, your prescription about anything, make the different, make you different from others. Okay, so this is the mindset, mentality, talent can be changed and modified over time. We can, earlier I said that you must be static, but it's not mandatory and it's not good idea to be static at every situation. You must be a dynamic. You can modify, you can change your ideas according to your situation. As you see, the current situation in which we go on, that was COVID-19, and here we learned about different kind of things. We were not static towards our traditional things. We become dynamic because we have to be changed. We have to be modify our approaches in different kind of fields, specifically in education field. So likewise, the entrepreneurs must be dynamic in nature. Okay, so the basis for individual behavior, if you are dynamic and you can modify your personality, you can be you will have a control on your own thinking power and your own decision making process. Yes, please. So again, what kind of a attitude must the entrepreneurs have to make them right person? So they must be able to work without supervision. Of course, they are the owners, they are the decision makers and game changers, so they don't need any kind of a supervision. They are able to be self-motivated. If they will not be self-motivated, then who will do your business and who will be the responsible for all kind of a things? So able to make quick decision, because a quick decision maker can cope up with the different things. If you will delay the things, you all the things will be out from your hand. So you must be active to understand this situations and take the decision according to. Okay, handle the stress. Yes, the previous slide, please. Because of the shortage of time, I'm not getting into very detailed form, so just I'm just reading these things. They're able to handle the stress, open-minded and flexible, focused, patient and confident. Yes, consistent as well. Next slide, please. So it is the mindset which and behavior the person must have. The person, who is the person? The entrepreneur. He must have a knowledge and skills, attitude, and motivation to do something new and innovative. Yes, please. Now, the importance of the entrepreneur mindset, that what is the thing they can do? They can cope up with the rapid changing economy. They can build the entrepreneurial society and encourage the innovation and growth. He is the person who can change the perception and the mindset with the innovative ideas, and they can grow the economy in the rapid changing economy. Yes, please, next slide. So the nature and the development of the entrepreneurship. Being an entrepreneur today, these are involved in creation process. Creation process means seeking an opportunity and problem through customers' eyes. Because we need to understand that what is the needs and wants of the customers, and how you can solve the problems by getting the information and knowledge about the feedback of the customers. So you have to see according to the lenses of the customers, and then you can able to solve the problems. Requires commitment of the time and efforts. As you can say that it's saying that time value of money. If you committed and you have a time management, you can do anything. So involves understanding what rewards do they seek for being an entrepreneur. Of course, they will get. Yes, of course, I'm at home and I have parrots, and so that's why there is the sound of the parrots. Okay, so involving understanding what rewards do they seek for being an entrepreneur. Thank you, doctor, for apprising them, and they are also taking my session, so they are encouraging me as well. So tax well thought of risks, calculated risk, and not gambler's risk. Find the resources to implement the innovation, create and build a business or other enterprise make change. Yes, please. Next. Now you have to identify the opportunity in different kind of environment, because the environment is not same, and you have to cope up with different kind of situations, like we are dealing with current situation of pandemic. Okay, so there are the sources of opportunities. These can be sectorial, geographical, product oriented, service oriented, and new knowledge. Means you can do business in any kind of a sector like agriculture, mining, glass, garments, etc. And likewise, in geographical areas, you can do business at any kind of area of the Pakistan or abroad. So you can be the product oriented or service oriented, means you want to do business and products or services, and new knowledge means you must have innovative ideas. Yes, next one. When we are talking about innovation, means the ideas are new, or the new things you can do in any kind of a business. So for this, we must think about any kind of a new product in the existing market. Okay, and or we can say that the old product in the new market, or the new product in the new market. So it can depend upon the entrepreneurs and how they can deal with the innovation and different kind of things in the market, and through which how you can grow the economic sustainability or the development of the economy. Because you are producing goods and services, means you are generating the finance, and you are creating the job for other people to do the business like you, and to contribute in the economy for the development of the economy by doing the business and earning and getting and creating job for others and finance. Next. So now there are four categories of people who are entrepreneur, or the people who do business, or what kind of things they are doing. First of all, the persons who make things happen. These are the person who are the game changers, who make things happen. They contribute in the changes or dealing with a different kind of a situation. And some persons only see the things happening, means they just wondering and thinking that how they are doing business, means talking about other people that what they are doing and how they can happen the things. And the third is wonder what happened, means they are different kind of a people. They just wondering that how they have done and how they can done, means they are always in a shock. And the fourth person do not know what happened. They are not concerned with what is happening in the different kind of a situation, who is getting great profit or contributing in the different fields. They don't have any, we can say that any concern about the any kind of a thing. So these are the four categories. Now you have to think about that, at what kind of a situation you are, and what kind of a person you are, and what kind of an entrepreneur you are. So at this stage you can able to recognize yourself and where you are standing. Yes. So this is all about my today's topic, and because of the limitation of the time, I was not able to talk much about it. I got the message that there